Bonjour, bonjour fragrance lovers, this is Clemence. I talk about fragrance and welcome back. Happy International Women's Day. To be honest, I'm not really a fan of this day. Like, it should be in the head of everyone that International Women's Day should be every day. Like the man. I don't think it's really... But if that gives us an occasion to celebrate our confidence, our power, how powerful we are, then okay, why not? Today I'm gonna tell you the top 10 ultimate most complimented fragrances for women. I didn't think I was really legitimate to tell you, oh, this is the best complimented one. That would only be my experience. I went on Instagram and asked you what was your most complimented fragrance. 100 of women answered. I've picked those answers in my little book and I created a top 10 with it. I've done the masculine version and it was really the most popular fragrance, as you know, you can imagine. For the women, I was actually surprised. There's a lot of things that are really different, so I'm really happy to do this list. I think it's not really what I expected, so I'm happy. At the end of the video, I will give you 2 of my confidence booster fragrances. And of course, if you're a man, feel free to watch this too, because at the end, who cares about the gender? Number 10, Allure Chanel. I was really surprised. It's for me like kind of iconic. I mean, I love my Allure and I've been using it a lot, as you can see. It's one of my favorite from the Chanel range in the women's category, actually. Fresh, but a little bit oriental as well. Very sensual compared to the range, really. I actually got myself quite a lot of compliment with this one and its sister Allure Sensuelle as well, because they're quite powerful. There is like a really lasting sillage, and it's really something like a bit different from the rest. Number 9 is one of my favorite designer ever, so how happy I promise you I didn't touch anything. This is your vote. Narciso Rodriguez, the Poudre one. So this is literally my favorite of them. The signature of Narciso Rodriguez is very powdery. The sillage is powdery, and when you have a powdery sillage, it's projecting a lot around you. So when it's projecting, people react more to your fragrance, whether it's negative or positive, but they react more to it, right? And what I like the fact that it's quite a romantic fragrance, quite different, like edgy with this powdery note. I absolutely love it. It's projecting, it's long lasting, and definitely people notice you with such a smell. Number 8, okay. I think it's my fault. It has to be my fault. One of my favorite fragrances is my signature scent, Mille Iris Scherzo. I've been recommending that since day one on my channel. So I'm always talking about this fragrance. And probably it's a bit biased, the vote. But it's simply my personal as well most complimented fragrance ever. I had crazy lots of compliments, and every time I wear it, I've got a friend that is buying it after. Like a few of my colleagues bought it after. It's quite a strong fragrance, like it's oud, quite dark, and then you have fruity, sweet notes going on. So it's powerful. There's a bit of rose as well, but like a rose that is not romantic. It's basically fun and very quirky fragrance too. First time I smelled it was actually on a lady. She was coming from Dubai, I think, and she entered the store where I was, and I could smell her from so far away, and I was like, listen, I need to ask you, what's your perfume? So it started by me saying a compliment to a random lady, and then I got compliment everywhere. It's just incredible, this fragrance. Number 7 is Tom Ford Santal Blush. Alors, yes, got it. It's my favorite Tom Ford ever. So again, I'm really happy. I promise I didn't touch the votes. I love it. Like, Santal Blush is a spicy, woody fragrance. It's very unisex, to be honest. It does have that beauty product powdery notes. And the fact that this fragrance is so dark and so spicy, and ladies do wear it to feel really sexy, is amazing. Because when you think about it, like 100 years ago, like it was only florals for ladies, or a bit animalic, but at least just florals, you know. And when you go to designer range, you can only see florals. Well, this is woody, mainly sandalwood, very dry, very sharp, and it's really feminine. I love it, honestly. Oh my god, I'm gonna wear it today actually. I bought this fragrance. I went on a bus and like a random woman complimented me, and I was like, So yeah, agree with you. Number 6 is Maison Franais Cœur Baccarat Rouge. Of course, like, I mean, if we talk about that, okay, this is not my favorite of the range, but technically something that really revolutionized perfumery, because it was like something different. Yes, it does smell sweet, but it does more smell like a sweet saffron to me. So luxury, sugary note, very in depth, you know. So yes, it does work. It's really projecting. People know how long lasting it is. And clearly, like when you smell a Baccarat Rouge, you can clearly guess if a woman or a man is wearing Baccarat Rouge because the signature is so strong. And like I remember the first year it was launched, like people were going nuts about it. Like even at my work, like the most discussed thing was, let's find a dupe of Baccarat Rouge. And I was just like, what? I don't like dupe personally. Like just you know. Anyway, number 5 is Mon Guerlain by Guerlain. Again, I'm not really surprised. It's kind of like a powerful, it's not my thing. I wouldn't have put it in the list, but I know how popular it is and how people are really satisfied with this fragrance. I know also men rated it as something like extremely sexy on women. Unfortunately, I can't really talk to you about it because it's, honestly, to be honest with you, I don't know much about this fragrance. It didn't blow my mind, but I know like a lot of people adore this fragrance. So voilà. Number 4 is Oud Satin Mood by Maison Franais Cœur. Again, a Maison Franais Cœur, but I have to say, it does really well its fragrance. They're not the most creative fragrance, but they are so well done, so in depth, that when you wear it, you smell pure luxury and it projects around you and it makes you feel really confident at the same time, doesn't it? Oud Satin Mood is vanilla, but created in a very velvety way. So it's those satin bed sheets, you know, like very sensual, a seductive fragrance. You're not gonna wear it on your daily routine to me. It's a bit provocative, but super elegant, luxurious, soft, you know. When you wear it, again, the projection is incredible. Well, you know, like compliments, projection, how you spray your fragrance. Voila. Some people tell me like, oh, I don't get compliment, but then they say I spray twice. I'm like, how people are supposed to compliment you if they can't smell you? So I'm not saying overspray is the key, but like, come on, like, do a little bit more. Number 3, Delina Parfum de Marly. I'm getting bored of this. Every time I've done twice this type of list where I ask you, and of course Delina comes back. It's one of the most popular niche fragrances, so what can we do, guys? What can we do? Very powdery, soft. For me, it's like really a romantic synthetic trail, which is not bad. Huh? It's just there's this synthetic trail that is projecting a lot, and that's why probably it gets a lot of compliment. It's for me the idea of a woman that is romantic, charming, cute, you know. It's not very my thing, but I appreciate that the fragrance is pretty, definitely. Number 2 is Aninishani. I'm so glad to see that here, guys, because for me, I would have rated that in the top 1 as well. I never smelled a vanilla fragrance that smelled pure vanilla like this. It's not a sweet vanilla. It's like a roasty, powerful, dark, projecting vanilla, and definitely something you don't smell everywhere. It's been created by Cécile Zarokian, and I know I had a chat with her, you know. You can see actually on the video where she said that she does enjoy to use like real vanilla and it doesn't smell like the vanillin, the synthetic molecule of the vanilla. So it doesn't really smell like that. Like, it's not sweet, something that is really sexy. And when I say sexy, it's because it's got that animalic note, because the vanilla is so pure. It's something that sticks to your skin, what's in there. It's like very dark and deep, and it's definitely a head turner. Like when I smell something that is smelling Annie, I'm like, wow, what's that smell? Number 1, how happy I am to see that here's Atomic Rose by Initial. I'm not a rosy fragrance, but I loved this fragrance so much. Decided to buy it for my best friend for her birthday, and I know she keeps wearing it a lot. She told me the other day that she wears that constantly, and her boyfriend really liked the fragrance on her. So I'm really happy because I know she enjoyed the gift, and it's really something that is for me a smell that is extremely bewitching. They made a romantic rose with a lot of character, with a lot of powerful notes. It's like taking this sweet little rose and make it bomb, Voila, ready to kick some ass. That's that boss vibe attitude, whether it's on men or on ladies, who cares, but it gives you a bossy vibe as well. It's like a bit fizzy, like bubbly, so it's project all around you. And again, like Parfum de Marley, you do have within the show this very synthetic trail. It's a good thing again, don't take that as negative, but it's just this trail around you is just like projecting, like, you know, like the smoke. It's bewitching, it's mysterious, it's like mesmerizing. And okay, right, I hope you enjoyed the top. Like for me, that was a nice top. I was not expecting to see Atomic Rose Annie so high up. Okay, now let me give you my two best compliment and confidence booster ever. Number 22 Chanel, my second signature scent. Okay, the juice is very orange because with this fragrance it's so full of LDIs and quite vintage that you need to leave it in a drawer, otherwise this happens. It doesn't really bother me, it makes the smell even more fizzier, so for me it's okay, but for some people it might be unbearable. I like it. Mainly a lot of flower, bouquet of flowers, so it's a number 5 other interpretation. Intense floral fragrance boosted by aldehydes on testosterone. I remember some of my colleagues in Chanel used to say, oh my god, like I recognize you by this smell. Or when I would spray it, like people were like, oh my god, Clemence has sprayed number 22 again, too much. So it gave me that maturity, that give me that charisma. And whenever I had like my masterclass, because I was doing a fragrance masterclass for people before, I would spray number 22, be in front of the table, in front of 20, 10, 30 people and be like, okay, I'm the one leading. This is me, listen to me. Because it gives me that mature vibe and it's so full of history that I'm feeling really powerful after spraying this. Of course, it's your invisible accessory. It's here to help you to feel that way, but it's really an attitude, a mindset. But this really helped me. Second one is Alexandre J Majestic Jardin. I feel really sensual, seductive, I feel pretty, I feel powerful when I wear that because the sillage, first of all, is absolutely stunning. So people definitely notice you when you wear that. It's one of my most complimented scents. It's very different. It's cherry with narguilé notes. So, you know, when you smell that, you have something bewitching, oriental, but also very different. Like I never smelled something like this before. This is your mindset that changed everything. But having the fragrance to help you feeling even more that way is even better. That's what Rihanna used to say. Fake it until you make it. For me, this kind of stuff like help you to fake it until you make it. Some people will be like, oh, it's not great to fake it. Well, for me, when I'm gonna tell you a little story, like when I was in high school, I was really shy. Like I couldn't talk in public. It was impossible. I would like melt. I would cry, I would sweat. It was horrible. Never in my life I thought that I would actually make my job out of talking in front of a lot of people. Like if I would have watched me like years ago, I would have been like, no, I absolutely can't do this. But I did. And do you know how I made it? I faked it until I make it. Like if you talk to people that knew me before, they would be like, oh yeah, no, Clemence, she's confident. Like I always gave that kind of image like of a confident girl, but I was not at all. Like I was just faking it. I would wake up in the morning and be like, you're confident, you're a tough woman, you don't need anyone, you're independent, blah 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 blah, and fulfill my head with this. And one day I just knew I was like that. Like I didn't need to tell myself that anymore. I was like, I'm like that, you know. It did work. So when people are like, oh, well, it worked on me so much. Like I really taught myself that I was like this, that at some point I was like, yes, I'm like that. So voila, that's my advice of the day. Voila, ladies. Again, happy International Women's Day. Enjoy the day, but remember, if your man is like, oh, I'm gonna treat you special today, you're gonna be like, yeah, you should treat me like this every day. Every day. Anyway, have a lovely day, ladies. I'll see you soon. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more videos. And bye bye now.
Je t'emmène dans mon paradis bleu.